had a dream about my husband last night. This is like my 10th or 11th tattoo. I never had them pull out a tape measure.
It's definitely a life-changing trip for me. I will never ever forget it.
I could literally cry. This is the best ever. Hey guys, you're watching my real life vlogs. Welcome back, welcome back. And today I'm gonna be sharing part 2 of my Bali adventures, where I took 20 of my subscribers and family members on a 6-day getaway across the globe to Indonesia. In part 1, I shared days 1 through 4 in Ubud. If you haven't seen part 1, you need to consider giving it a look-see, okay? Because it's going to complete this full immersive Bali experience. You can actually just scan right here to go ahead and open up a new tab so you can watch that vlog first. And then of course come back and finish this one. And of course, as you know, if you're watching this on your phone, just click the link down in the description box. So what's in store today, right? I want to share everything that we did in Canggu. That is the second city that we visited in Bali. We spent 3 days there. We left on day 3. We went to the beach, which exposed the Indian Ocean. We went to beautiful temples and historical sites. Girl, we got tattoos, and I finally got to get the infamous Balinese massage. And make sure you stick around to the end because I want to share with you guys my overall feedback about the trip, some items that I brought back, and tips on anyone who's going to be planning their first trip to Bali. I want you guys to be able to use this video as a guide. Plus, I got to share with you guys some honest feedback about the destination itself. All right, let's jump right in. Good morning. Somebody in the group chat suggested we go to the beach in the morning, and I'm so glad we did. To be clear, this is the Indian Ocean, and this is my first time ever seeing it in person. Just 2 more oceans to see, and that'll be all of the world's oceans for me.
Do a heart. You should do a heart. Oh yeah, that's gonna look good.
Okay, how, Vaughn? How?
Hey, I'm Tierney. I'm from Chicago. The most impactful thing that I took away from this experience was the conversations that I've had with my friends. I was journaling this morning, and one of the questions was, what are you going to take away from Bali? Every time I introduced Genesis, who's my friend, I always said, this is my friend of 20 years. And that felt so good. My heart was so full. And the conversations that we had this morning about what we came here for and the things that we were working through. And I feel like because Bali is such a spiritual place, we were able to tap into that.
Yeah.
And so I'm just so grateful for the experience, grateful to experience it with these two. Just a beautiful experience.
Hey, I'm just on my way to the pool to meet up with my girls. Those little guys are hungry today. Our little morning beach walk was so nice, and we did go to breakfast right after. Now we're just meeting up with everyone at the pool. Infinity pool on the rooftop, I'll take it. Y'all see that tsunami assembly point sign?
Yes, I saw that.
Did y'all mix them or? Okay.
Nah, they mixed it. We saw them making it the whole time. And I was like, dang, they paying for it. That's gonna display. Girl, it's a short
Hey girl.
Hey, girl.
She's coming with us to Costa Rica, so y'all gonna see her again.
I'm in the house. Watch me. I'm turning up. I had it on, then I changed it to the video.
Well. So yeah, we're here in our new spot. This is our new hotel room. This vibe is very different from that of Ubud. This is much more like city life, fast paced, whereas Ubud, where at least where we were, it was more rural. There's something to love about both. And so even the group was saying we were really glad we got to experience like both sides of Bali, you know? Over here we have like spas and beauty salons, and it's a different type of shopping. It's not as much like haggling and things like that. We're right here by the beach, which was kind of nice. I'm just getting dressed for the day, and I'm going to be heading out. We're going to visit a couple temples today, and it's going to be more of a picturesque Instagram photo moment, so I wanted to make sure I was cute. This is my outfit. We spent most of the day at the pool chatting it up and doing what us girls do, having a great time. Breakfast was great here at this hotel. Yeah, tonight we want to check out a sunset by one of the temples, which is supposed to be one of the iconic Bali moments, so we are really looking forward to that. So I decided to wear this Shein two-piece. I liked the pattern. I thought this was perfect for Bali, perfect for a temple, and perfect for a sunset. For jewelry, I just went with golds. Been loving my beads on this trip. And then the hair is just a wash and go. I love how the Canggu leave-in conditioner makes my hair feel so soft. And so like when I go out into the humidity, it just feels like I'm getting a deep condition. Like there's no comparing. Like it is just the nicest thing. I have not had to apply any lotion to my body. I've not had to do much of any sort of moisturizing. The environment has just been making my skin feel so supple and soft. It is absolutely amazing. My hands don't feel dry out. Like this is the environment for me. This really is. I need this level of humidity on a daily basis. Got my backpack. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Natalie.
My name's Brandon.
We're from Georgia. We actually started preparing for this trip. We started exercising, got into our exercise routine. So we were actually prepared for the walks, the climbs, the hills, and it was nice. It was nice to know that we could actually physically do it.
Yeah, so the hair is not used from the genuine or the real hair, which is some of the leaves is similar like agave, and we are crunchy. It has the fiber on it, so this is what we are using for. Complex of the building, so that's the main temple we will see.
I'm Genesis. I'm from Indianapolis. One of the most exciting things about the trip, I would say the market. Just being in that environment, being able to use negotiating skills on the prices, and I've never enjoyed spending my money.
All right, we're stopping here for a snack. Oh, how beautiful. What a treat.
I'll take it.
Hello. Thank you. Cheers. After that beautiful sunset, we were all very tired yet hungry, so we went out for an elevated Balinese dinner. It was so full of flavor and delicious. This was my tab because I ordered a little off the main menu. It came out to be around 60 bucks. Hey, back in the room. I'm actually packing up and moving to another room, girl. We are getting upgraded to the penthouse. They had to get the room ready. It took hours for it to cool off and everything. They had to clean it up and do all that stuff. So we camped out up here for a night, and we're gonna spend tonight and tomorrow night in the penthouse. So let's go. Let's go for a run. Today's marathon training was a tempo run, and I don't know why I didn't just take to the treadmill, but I thought I could take to these 85-degree streets, and it did not work out quite well. This ended up being just an easy run, which is fine because I loved running on that beach. This was actually my first time ever doing that. Bryce forgot his liquid IV. Okay, back from my run. Just got cleaned up, getting ready for my massage. Gonna have a little fruit here. Realizing I really didn't show y'all this presidential suite, so let's do a quick tour. This is like a literal apartment, like a full kitchen with the refrigerator, the stove, cabinets fully stocked, utensils. Doesn't even feel like I'm in a hotel anymore. It feels like I'm in somebody's apartment. Over here, we have a dining area. I thought this was just a credenza or something, like a sideboard, but it's actually hiding all kinds of cool things. So you got your own washer and dryer hybrid there. What's in this one? Oh, just storage. Just lots and lots of storage. So whip around here. We have a patio with a private pool. Me and Bryce were just sitting here. I had my cup out here. Got a sitting area and a fountain. There's some construction going on around us, but what are you gonna do? Cry about it? And then there's a seating area over here and a seating area over here. Let's go back inside. Here's the bedroom with access to the pool and patio through here. And then this is the bathroom, and here's the shower. And you got the tub shower combo thing happening here with the rainfall. And there's me. And then through here, which connects back to the front kitchen, is like a walk-in closet kind of transition area here. Favorite part is this body mirror. You don't get this in hotels. So this is very nice to have, like very, except we have all this luggage in the way. You can't really get over there. Oh, and I love this little vanity area here where I can sit down and do my makeup and everything. So that's kind of nice. Vaughn cold quit. Alexandria is not coming yet. She's gonna try to come later. Wow. Hi. The smell in here cannot be described. Oh, how beautiful. Thank you so much. It's just all lemongrass in here. It smells so nice. They don't have nail shops in Chicago that look quite like this. The famous Balinese massage. Let me tell y'all, it's worth all the hype we've heard about it, okay? They start this process with some iced lemongrass tea and a foot wash. And then they give you this cloth to clean your hands. There's also a full bath inside the private massage room. So they're pretty serious about your body being clean for this. You have to strip down, of course, and they even give you a pair of disposable undies. The massage itself was from toes to head, literally. And yes, they do climb up on the table and straddle you for maximum effort. I have had lots of different massages in different countries, but I've never experienced anything as thorough as the Balinese massage. My masseuse here was actually reminding me of my maternal grandmother just because of like her build and how strong yet gentle she was. Afterwards, I wanted to take a dip in the pool because it was really cold, kind of like a cold plunge. It was the perfect ending to that massage, kind of giving the effect of going to a bathhouse. I don't know, it just seems like you want to float a little bit after that. I'm Ontaria. I'm from Atlanta.
Everything has been great. All of the experiences and the excursions. We got a chance to experience a lot of Bali, including getting our tattoos with our Balinese names.
We're gonna get over there. Y'all gonna walk over there? Yeah.
We're walking on freshly laid tar.
Right.
Ugh. Crazy work, crazy work. tattoo shop that was this cool. And yes, that's Warren G on the big screen back there. This place was spotless, state of the art, and their artists were so professional and skilled. This is my second tattoo abroad and third tattoo while traveling. It's not always the best idea to get a tattoo in a different country, but this place was legit. This is like my 10th or 11th tattoo. I never had them pull out a tape measure. Okay, we're all done. That was very quick. You'll be able to see it better when it heals. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, tattoo done. About to take a moment to grab some quick food. I'll meet the girls back here when I'm done. Yeah, they just laid a whole street in about 30 minutes. They just... All right, let's see what we can find over here. Some quick food. Sit here, order something. This area looks familiar. I think I was running through here earlier. I can tell by the graffiti. Getting dressed for our all-white party. I had to stop and show y'all this lipstick that I'm wearing. It is a nude and it's about to be an instant favorite. I got this from Sephora right before I left. This is a Gucci color. This is called Light Pink. I love it, y'all. You just gotta put some gloss on top, little lip liner around the perimeter. It's so cute. Okay, so let me get back to getting dressed. Okay, final outfit of the night. Amazon earrings or something, I can't even remember. We did a slick back pony, but we lifted it a little bit. It's not as low as I normally do it. I really wanted it higher, but it'd be kind of hard. Necklaces, all white dress. It's got some 3D floral effects. I got this dress from Akira. And then my shoes are just some Steve Madden jellies. They're nude colored. And we did a bunch of bracelets. We just went with like a gold island glam theme. You guys get it? Like, can you see what I was going with? You know, ocean colors, you know, a little jade, you know, type of thing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and meet up with the other girls in the lobby because they're waiting for me. Our all-white farewell dinner was a dream come true. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I envisioned us arriving on the beach in our crispy white outfits looking regal, all eyes on us, walking in refreshed, beautiful, and purposeful. I saw us arriving at a table set just for us with every guest's name printed at their seat with delicious drinks and fresh cuisine being served bottomlessly. During the planning process, I could only hope that by this point in the trip there would be real connections made and that this dinner would be able to run on autopilot with great energy, conversations, and be the start of lasting connections. Someone asked me once why I enjoy hosting so much, and I remember explaining that I simply love beautiful things. I enjoy curating experiences that require people show up looking and feeling their best. Whether that's an elevated dinner party, an upscale outing, a gathering for networking, everyone should have access to that. And I think so many of us actually deserve it. Like, look at it this way. If you bought a fancy dress, but it's just collecting dust in your closet, I'm the friend that's going to give you a reason to wear it. And it's kind of hard for me to explain what that actually does for me, but that is the reason I host. I could literally cry. This is the best ever.
Things from Bali.
Yes! Thank you, Hulu, for everything. You've been so great.
Thank you for bringing everyone to Bali Fun, and of course, hopefully this is like their absolute fabulous experience in Bali.
Yes, everyone loved it. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hello, Daniel.
Hey, hon. What's happening?
Hey, hon.
You guys need to do a toast. Does everybody have a drink? Okay. We want to do a toast to Vaughn for hosting us. Okay. This was an awesome trip. It was definitely a life-changing trip for me. I will never ever forget it. Got my first tattoo.
Good morning, you all. I just got cleaned up and all fresh and ready for departure day. It's a bittersweet day because nobody ever wants to leave their vacation, but I am very excited about getting home and seeing my babies and my husband. I had a dream about my husband last night. That's never happened on a trip, so I definitely need to get home. So yeah, like I said, I'm just cleaning myself up and putting the finishing touches on my packing. One of our travelers just stopped by. She literally just left out the door. I'm still gushing. She dropped off a host gift is what she called it, and I just cannot wait to dig in when I get home. Girl, she got me some foreign treats. I never tried tempura nori, so this is going to be a treat. And then she got me some handmade egg rolls, y'all. These are little treats, like little sweet treats. I love Oriental desserts. All of their little snacks are just like so perfect for my palate. They're kind of like semi-sweet. There's always a nice texture going on, always something interesting. Be so creative, so I can't wait to eat that. And then a sweet note that I will not read here, but brought both of us to tears nearly. So I'm just going to be packing this stuff away. And I kind of want to hit the vendor market one more good time before we leave, if I have not gotten enough stuff already. My husband made a request last night, so I'm gonna see if I can find that thing for him. And I need to get breakfast, and then we are gonna be heading towards the airport. Don't go away, because I do need to debrief with y'all about the trip. I need to share with y'all some of my final thoughts. I need to recap. I need to give you guys more details about some of the things, because as you know, as I'm vlogging on the go, I'm not explaining a whole lot. And so if you are interested in a little bit more depth about the different activities, just some more like facts about this destination, then stay tuned, because I'm gonna debrief with y'all when I get home, okay? Girl, I need my coffee. I've not had it yet. It's the big difference. Makes a big difference. Y'all, this is everything that I brought. And look how simple everything becomes when you use these packing cubes. Girl, I will link the set that I have that I got from Amazon. This helps turn chaos into organized behavior. All I gotta do is get those into my bag and get my bag closed up. This is music to my ears, baby. It's time to depart. I got all my stuff right here, y'all. That's all I brought, just this one bag. And my little extras are gonna be in this bag, which is why I love doing the welcome totes. They come in handy later. Got my Stanley cup ready to go, filled up with liquid IV and water. And my backpack is ready. This long journey home, so I will not drag you guys through the long journey home, but stick around, because the next time I see y'all, I'm gonna be at home with my final thoughts on Bali and the Miss Vaughn travel crew. My sis left the night before, right after dinner, because of course she was flying to a different state with a different flight schedule. Today it was just me and the Midwest crew, and we had some major flight issues with EVA Air at our first flight gate and had to get rebooked with Korea Airlines and had a layover in Seoul. I just have to say I loved the South Korea airport. It was so spotless with beautiful shops, so clean, so comfy, and I couldn't believe they had these day beds, which I took full advantage of. They definitely understood the airport waiting area assignment, okay? I was able to kick back, relax, charge my devices, and talk to my husband and kids on FaceTime. I definitely want to explore Seoul at some point, as I am a huge fan of Korean culture. Child, what an experience. When I tell you we had a ball, you better believe it. I am so grateful for my entire travel crew. I feel like I had the best inaugural travel crew, and I appreciate them, right? Not only for coming along and supporting my creative initiatives, but for trusting me with their vacation plans. It's not easy to get away for 6, 7, 8, 9 days, to travel halfway across the globe when you're a mom, a caregiver, a career woman, a business owner. And I'm truly humbled by the commitment of each and every one of my travelers. This was the inaugural trip, right? The first of many, hopefully, that I'll get to host. And I'll never forget or take for granted the first crew that believed in me, right? The crew that didn't have a vlog recap to look at and make sure everything would be okay. That did not go over my head. I definitely peeped, you know, the trust that it took to get here. And I'm so grateful for this crew. I definitely got my travel host confidence up thanks to you guys. And I was able to get feedback, both the feedback that you guys saw here in the vlog vlog and the feedback that I got, you know, interpersonally. It was honest, it was raw, and it was great for me to hear, and it's going to help me with my future planning. There's so many things that have to be overcome before you can say yes to a group trip. And as a person who struggles in some social settings and only went on my first ever group trip in 2021, I know firsthand that it's not an easy feat. But this group showed up and showed out. No one felt awkward or out of place, and the space remained safe for the duration of the trip, and I loved that for y'all. There were definitely moments where some of the travel crew might have needed more support and love, and the group showed up for that. There were moments that we were really happy that we had 2 nurses on the trip, and they showed up for what they needed to show up for with no hesitation. I would say community is what you get when you travel with a host with intention. And if you've been thinking about joining me on my next group trip, maybe this is your first group trip, this is where you want to start. I'll put information down below about my next destination, which is going to be Thailand. We're going March 8th through the 14th, 2026. By scanning the code or tapping the link down in the description box, you can see the full itinerary, basically every day outlined, showing you guys exactly the plan. I'm really excited about Thailand, and as of right now, we have enough bookings whereas the trip is confirmed, so we're definitely going, and there will be a cutoff as to how long I can take new bookings. So if you are thinking about it, I highly suggest you go ahead and sign up now. There are payment plans available. All you have to put down is 25%. But don't wait too long if you've been thinking about going, because like I said, there will be a point where I have to cut off bookings so that we can lock everything in, get the rooms, and get a proper head count. I will be giving you guys reminders as we get closer to that deadline, but just throwing that out there that bookings won't be open indefinitely. And then once we close bookings for Thailand, I'm going to be revealing my next destination. So let's talk a little bit about souvenirs, okay? You guys know when I travel anywhere, I don't typically seek out souvenirs. I usually bring back things like food, alcohol, and tattoos. So you guys saw in today's vlog that I did get a tattoo. Almost our whole crew got tattoos. I didn't film everybody getting their tattoos, but I think only like 2 people didn't. My tattoo I got right here on my wrist. I love cute little dainty wrist tattoos. And this one is basically just my name in Old World Balinese script. And it's such old world script that some modern day Balinese people would not even be able to read it. Think about old world English and how that may have been written, and how even just cursive, right? There's some Gen Z folks alive today who can't even read cursive. I'm just thinking about the fact that probably like in 100 years, there'll be like whole generations of people who can't read cursive. Those are gonna be crazy times. But yeah, this is one of my favorite tattoos, y'all, I must say, because I've gotten tattoos before. I have a bunch of them. I don't even know, I have to count again to see how many I have. I think it's just under a dozen, but I love my tattoos to just be black and plain, no color. But usually with my tattoos, y'all, they spread. I always thought it was because of the kind of skin that I have, but I think it's the needle that's being used. So the guy that did my tattoo used a very, very thin and fine needle. Usually it would have spread by now, and it hasn't. It's so delicate and sharp, and I love the way he executed it. And it was very quick, painless for the most part, and it turned out so beautiful. My first tattoo abroad was in Amsterdam, and I was with my sister, and we both got them like in the same spot. And then my next tattoo after that, I was actually in New Orleans, and I went to the tattoo shop that is owned by the first Black female tattoo artist, and I went to her shop and got my tattoo done there, and it was my sister's name. So yeah, I kind of like doing that, and I recommend it, but you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta do a little research, you gotta look at some reviews, and you just have to know like what the safety standards are and just make sure that it aligns with what you want for yours. But yeah, this healed up real good. Another souvenir that I brought back was when we were in the Seoul airport. I got Anne this little Pororo stuffy, y'all. She is really into Korean animations in a major way. She watches all their little YouTube videos, from the kids singing to the cartoons. I don't know if she knows what she's saying, but she mimics and scripts a lot, and so yeah, she can kind of speak Korean a little bit. She got some phrases down. And they had a bunch of different cartoon characters in the shops, and I saw Pororo immediately, and I was like, I gotta get this for Anne. She's going to love it, and she does. Y'all know I love bringing back t-shirts or gowns for the girls. I did get Ava and Anne both a set, and Ava wore this to school, and everybody was like, oh my God. And then as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'm actually enjoying a cup of tea. You guys may remember in part 1, we went to a tea and coffee manufacturing plant. Basically, it was a jungle farm where they were growing everything to make this stuff. And we did a tasting, and I bought some of the mango mangosteen tea. The mangosteen fruit was one of my favorite fruits that I had in Bali. It's so delicious, and I went ahead and mixed myself up a cup. The only thing about their teas and coffees that I have to point out is that they're all powder mixes. So you're not dealing with like tea leaves that you have to brew. This is something that you pour into some hot water and stir. And for that reason, my sister actually didn't want to buy any of their coffee, even though she liked it, but she just couldn't get past the fact that it was a powder mix. I will say this though, the powder is extremely finely milled. So it dissolves instantly, y'all, and it leaves no residue behind. At least the tea doesn't. Can't say the same for the coffee. And it's just so good. I had to have it. It's very, very sweet, but it has a wonderful flavor, and it's good hot or cold. I brought back some Balinese rum. I read somewhere that the rum in Bali is extremely underrated because they get drowned out by like the Caribbean rum and all the other places. So I had to try it, and it was so good. I ended up getting the coconut flavor and the regular spice rum. I also brought back some snacks from in the airport and different things like that. I started to realize that although I'm not a souvenir person, I do like to bring back things from other places, but I'm mostly into like flavors and experiences. And sometimes souvenirs just don't do that for me, but I like to bring back the snacks and things. So I was actually putting together like a little snack bundle for my husband to try, just to have like a taste of Bali type of thing. Of course, I couldn't bring back any fresh fruit, even though I really wanted to, but I was able to bring back some Bali chocolate and some snacks. And speaking of food, let's talk about the food in Bali, right? We did that cooking class in part 1, and it was so delicious, the outcome. I couldn't even believe that we were able to produce such a thing. I just knew it was gonna be off a little bit because there were so many hands in the pot, but the recipe speaks for itself, and the folks who were helping to guide us through the process, they were very knowledgeable, and you could tell they're used to working with groups, so it all worked out. So I brought back some recipes that I haven't tried yet, but I am gonna. I have been cooking quite a bit since I've been back home because my garden has been like producing food, and I've just been bringing things in and throwing things together. I am going to be getting into some delicious recipes, and I will be sharing them here with you guys because one commenter told me they wanted to see it, so all it takes is one. But the food was so fresh there, y'all. I think my favorite thing, like my favorite food item that I ate was eggs. It was very life-changing for me having the eggs there, y'all, because I'm a big egg person, but the freshness, I just can't describe to you. They didn't taste like the eggs that we eat here in the States. They also didn't need to refrigerate their eggs. And if that's not an indication of the difference in food quality, I don't know what is. Just very delicious and fresh, and had a flavor profile that I'm not sure I've ever experienced with eggs before. Just saying, they tasted fresh off the farm. But something to know about Bali is that their food portions are very small. They take a lot of pride and put a lot of effort into food presentation. So it's kind of giving Michelin star, you know, with all the creative presentation. Not as crazy as Michelin star can get sometimes, but definitely giving like Food Network, this is my presentation, right? And so that's what most of their dishes look like. And not just at the fancy restaurants, like even at the little hole in the wall bars do the same thing. So obviously it's a big part of their culture to make food look really pretty and nice. The flavors are just so delicious. They muddle, they use fresh spices and herbs, and that makes a big difference in the outcome of your dish. So if you're like a foodie type of person, you're into cooking, you will have a ball in Bali. But definitely pay attention to food quality. I definitely have to be honest with you guys when I tell you a couple people did come back a little sick. Nothing major, nothing that can't be treated, but I do have to mention that. Also me, myself, y'all, I had Bali belly. Okay, while in Bali. I don't know if you guys could tell, I had a little pot belly most of the trip. Now, I still can't tell if that was from eating so many processed meals on the flight or if it had to do with Bali itself. But yeah, I was extremely bloated, like extremely bloated. The kind of bloated where you can't suck it in, you know what I mean? So like I couldn't wait to get back home, and within 2 days of returning home, the Bali belly was done for. My stomach was back to its usual shape, and I did not feel gassy and all this stuff. My sister also ended up getting a little bit sick on the trip. You guys will notice in part 2 here that she wasn't really appearing very much so because she was physically and emotionally unwell, so I didn't want to put her in. So you just have to be careful with that. I mean, unless you're bringing a microscope, there's no way to truly tell what is on your food, but it's important to bring remedies with you, maybe some Imodium ID, maybe some medicine for like upset stomach, different things like that, just to make sure you can get through it. I don't want you to ruin your vacation. I know when we think about destinations like Bali, we think about, oh, it's gonna be so much sun, I'm gonna be like getting cooked. Yeah, I was like, where's the sun, right? The only thing that was helping me maintain my tan was the heat. There was not much sun, it was tons of overcast, and the weather was extremely humid, and that was the part about the trip that I loved. My skin was like, hey, we're home, you know? Because I know that that is the environment. Not saying Southeast Asia is where I need to be living, but I know that's the environment that my skin was intended for. Humid, hot, moist. Yeah, I didn't even have to use lotion while I was there. Not once, y'all. Not once. Not even on my hands. But after returning home, I've been home now for a couple weeks, and my skin is back to being dry. I'm back to depending on my shea butter and my oils and my Vaselines and everything else. Bug bites, not so much. I really didn't have any mosquito bites or whatever. I know a lot of people were warning me of that before going, but fortunately that really didn't affect me. The pollution though, I wasn't expecting. Nobody told me about the pollution, but it's bad in Bali.
And it's probably because their public transportation system is not developed enough to be convenient. So people find it very difficult to figure out the buses, and they just rather get on a quick scooter or get a taxi. And then you have tourists like myself who didn't even see one bus, didn't even know anything about the public transportation system.
I just saw everybody on scooters, They were everywhere. You also have to be careful not to get hit and flattened by one. But yeah, they're everywhere, and they give off a lot of emissions, and you will be coughing and choking if you are not prepared for that. So when we were out doing our runs and stuff, it was highly affecting me and my ability to run fast. But that was okay because they do have gyms with treadmills. Culturally, there are big differences, right? There's definitely no face towels, so be prepared for that. They're on Europe time when it comes to bathing, so you either bring your own hand towels or do without for the duration. Their bathrooms are gonna be very different, as you guys saw in part one. The toilets are very different, at least in some places. There was one time when we were out at the rice field and I had to go, honey, so I ran over to the little outhouse that they had, and let me just explain to you what that experience was like. So first of all, the toilet was just a hole in the ground, and there was no tissue, but there was a bucket with a scoop, and it had water in it, and that's how you clean yourself after going to the bathroom. So you definitely need to bring some tissue or wipes on you at all times if you're exploring Bali. And then once you close the door to the outhouse, there were no windows or anything for privacy, so it's almost like pitch black in there. So you really gotta know where all your body parts are at all times, okay? And I'm reading off a list here so I make sure I cover everything that I wanted to share with y'all. I wanted to comment on something else culturally that I noticed in Bali. There's really no VIP feels when it comes to Bali, right? Like, they treat everybody the same. So like, you coming to a restaurant and spending more money than this table over here, you can count on not being treated any differently than the folks spending $2 or the folks spending $2,000, right? They don't really, at least from what I observed, there's not a difference there. When it comes to the currency, you definitely want to convert. It's giving the same vibes that we had in Egypt, whereas they recognize the dollar, they get the value, but it's a hassle, right, dealing with the dollar because they can't really spend it. They have to go and convert it. So they kind of just rather you give them their local cash. In Bali, it's the rupiah, and I definitely should have done the exchange at the airport. And then the other thing is, like, even if you try to use your card, sometimes their machines are not working, whether it's because the internet is shoddy or because the machine itself just needs to be upgraded. It's broken, they didn't get it repaired, or they just don't have one, you know? And so, yeah, you want to do the currency conversion. I think overall, Bali has a lot to offer the everyday traveler, whether you just want adventure, you want to experience something new, you want to explore, you want to eat good, you want to be exposed to a rich culture, you want to learn something new. Bali is great for that, and it's wonderful for both group experiences or even if you wanted to go like the solo route or the romantic couple route. I think it's a little something for everyone, and if you give yourself the time to really research the experience that you're trying to have, you can curate the trip of your dreams. Like, Bali is one of those destinations, and it's so cheap, you're not gonna break the bank at all. You're not. So we really truly had a great time. It was both relaxing when it needed to be, and it was adventurous and exhilarating the next. There were times where I wished I had vlogged more. I was trying to respect folks' privacy, and I didn't want to just be having my camera out at every moment. But there were some times I was like, oh, I wish I had vlogged more of that. For example, when we went to the waterfall, we had a truly, truly fun time there. I only vlogged like 5% of what all we did. We were in the water, y'all. Folks were swimming around. We were taking pictures and videos under the waterfall. We were doing so many photos. It was a whole photo shoot. And I was taking photos of the girls. It was a whole posing class, and it was a content creation extravaganza, okay? And I didn't vlog any of it because I didn't bring my GoPro for this particular excursion. I didn't want to bring out the Canon and risk getting it destroyed and everything else, girl. But if I could do that over, I would have planned better, and I would have brought the GoPro, and I would have filmed a lot more. And there was just so many bonding moments between myself and the crew, intimate chats and talks, and I was not gonna vlog those moments because people were opening up, you know, to me, and I was doing the same for them. And you know, some stuff is just between the people having the experience and doesn't need to be recorded and replayed back, you know what I mean? So I didn't share any of those moments, but they were definitely happening, and they will likely happen on future trips. I'm just very selective about the things that I choose to like record, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, y'all. I just wanted to share these last final days in Bali with you all, and I thank y'all so much for watching this series. You guys have been great. I've gotten all great comments on these videos. I appreciate you guys for the encouragement and support, and I am happy to share these experiences with y'all, because in the beginning I wasn't sure if I was even gonna vlog these, right? I'm like, these are my followers, you know, I can't 100% say if they want to be in my vlog, you know, maybe they want to just have like a private moment with me. So I wasn't sure if I would even vlog. Given the feedback that I got from my actual travel guests, and then seeing how positive and encouraging you guys have been in the comments, I'm like, we can vlog these. So I thank you guys. I thank y'all for watching. I thank y'all for supporting, and I thank y'all for being receptive to me kind of pivoting into this travel experience part of my influencer content creator journey. And we will be getting back into the regular vlog content. Don't you worry, I have already been recording. So I will see you guys on next Sunday, and I will talk to y'all in my next one. Bye bye.